from the NBC Montana studios, this is NBC Montana Today.
Good morning, Montana. I'm Jason Hurst. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. As you pour your coffee and make breakfast, let's get you informed. Will there be rezoning in Missoula? Could nearly 100 new homes be developed in South Hills? Election day is almost here. Find out what steps Missoula County is taking to get the polls ready for voting day. And in Bozeman, learn what steps are taken to improve access to cancer care in rural communities.
Well, the time is at 6:30. It is a cold and frosty start this morning, at least through west central Montana. Temperatures teens and 20s, 16 right now, Butte, 18 in Dillon, 27 in Missoula. We've had some localized dense fog this morning in the Missoula area. That's going to mix out for us as we make our way throughout the day today. Your hometown forecast looking at a sunrise time of around 8:17 in Missoula. Temperatures are going to stay right around the freezing mark through really mid-morning. Once we get into the afternoon, we'll get close to 40 by 1 or 2 p.m. today, with temperatures topping out close to the 50-degree mark. That's actually near normal for this time of year. Similar forecast for you in Bozeman. Definitely cold, and jackets going to be needed for the first half of the day, but this afternoon we warm things up. We're tracking some active weather by Thursday. Everything you need to know is coming up in about 10 minutes.
We start our morning coverage in Missoula, where City Council decides to move forward with a major rezoning in subdivision slated to bring almost 100 new homes to Missoula's South Hills. Now, the vote came after hours of public comment from community members. Developers requested 5 variance changes, including changing block lengths on subdivision streets.
I want to do what my constituents want me to do, which would be to vote no on this project, but I legally don't have any defensible reason to do so given the criteria in which I am legally allowed to look at this project. Growth is inevitable. We do not have the ability to say Missoula is closed.
Major concerns brought up include increased traffic, bottlenecking, and congestion at intersections, and the impact on wildlife that cross through. Next steps, now that the council approved the preliminary, will see the developer work on engineering designs, infrastructure installations, and more. Missoula County tested its election equipment in preparation for next Tuesday's main event, Election Day. Now, volunteers began by firing up the county's express vote machines, which help voters fill out ballots, and the machines can help individuals who are vision impaired or are quadriplegic. The testing, which occurs each year, also checks the tabulator machines, which will be used to begin counting absentee ballots on Monday. Now, Bradley Seaman says they've run public test days for years. Public tours began in 2020 to combat misinformation about elections.
When you get to come here, see this process take place in person, ask those questions and get your questions answered, you leave feeling as confident as the people who work elections do.
Seaman says equipment will be tested one more time before Election Day. Officials then conduct an audit after the fact. And again, Election Day is just a week away, and while many Montanans already voted, some are still undecided. NBC Montana's Jacob Owens gives us a first-person look at the process.
Nearly 5 months flew by since this summer's primary election. In the meantime, people like myself moved. Information I've yet to report to the Missoula County Elections Office until today. With only a week until Election Day, it was time to update my voter registration with staff.
So you're no longer on 3rd Street?
No.
Okay.
And I'm not alone. Missoula County elections officials tell me 250 to 300 people are coming into the election center each day for similar tasks, like registering to vote, ballot replacements, and updating voter registration.
Here in Missoula, we're offering extended hours. As you can see, we have a regular flow of people coming through. They're registering, getting ballots, depositing ballots, and the process runs really smoothly right now.
Updating my address took less than 10 minutes. The process began with providing identification and a new address. Then it was time to confirm that information and sign before receiving a ballot. Seaman says the elections office will be open until 6 p.m. weekdays and Saturday until 4 p.m. Same-day voter registration is also available. However, waiting until Election Day could mean a delay.
Right now, if we get you into a queue, you're going to be here for about 10 minutes. On Election Day, we expect wait times of up to 3 hours.
For information on how you can view your registration and ballot status, visit our homepage, NBCMontana.com. Reporting in Missoula, Jacob Owens, NBC Montana.
An innovative new care model aims to improve access to cancer care in rural communities. NBC Montana's Brianna Carroll explains how it works.
Just this month, cancer care in southwest Montana has expanded as the result of a pilot program developing a hub-and-spoke model of care aimed at increasing access and improving outcomes for patients living in rural communities. The program is a collaboration with the American Society of Clinical Oncology and includes funding and research support from the Merck Foundation and Montana State University. Bozeman Health acts as the hub of the hub-and-spoke model, allowing the hospital system to leverage their resources and share clinical expertise and best practices with the spoke site. By means of this model, the spoke, Barrett Hospital in Dillon, is now able to offer cancer infusion services to patients that previously had to travel 100 miles or more one way to receive treatment in Bozeman.
Being able to get care to patients closer to their home is an extraordinary accomplishment for any care team and a tremendous undertaking for our hospitals to be able to collaborate.
Giovanna Camarino is the nurse operations manager for Bozeman Health's Cancer Center. She says keeping patients close to home is key, as adding distance only exacerbates existing burdens associated with accessing treatment, and in some cases may cause patients to delay or forego care entirely.
Our state has a little over 1.2 million people, and we are the fourth largest state. Our entire population fits in the city of Dallas. And so that distance can be a huge barrier to care, coupled with weather, as well as the emotional and financial burden.
The project is currently in year 2 of a 5-year timeline. At the end, the goal is that Barrett Hospital will be empowered with the resources necessary to continue offering cancer treatment services in Dillon, and that the hub-and-spoke model of cancer care may be replicated in other rural communities, both here in Montana and nationwide. Reporting in Bozeman, Brianna Carroll, NBC Montana.
A Gallatin County coalition is addressing housing issues in southwest Montana through the Unhoused to Housed initiative. The group created the Gallatin County Regional Houselessness Strategy. One Valley Community Foundation serves as the facilitator of the strategic development process. And officials say the purpose is to bring the right voices to the table to get behind an approach to address homelessness.
We're wanting to ensure that everyone is at the table from beginning to end, so that once the strategy was created, everybody had an input in how it was created so that we could all work together to make actionable solutions that are laid out in the strategy.
And key components of the strategy are expanding access to transitional housing, implementing safe parking programs to offer temporary relief, and gathering input from unhoused individuals and applying national models to guide regional efforts. Now, right now, each component is being ironed out to ensure how these items can be used effectively to address homelessness. Montana VA medical centers are seeing record numbers for care and benefits this year, according to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Now, this after the PACT Act expanded VA health care to more people this year. Now, Montana veterans, dependents, and survivors are now seeing a lot more medical care and resources being funneled into the state. And this year, more than 916,000 appointments were carried out for veterans. Nearly 30,000 received compensation in 2024, with a grant rate for compensation requests around 71%. Also, VA National Cemeteries also saw 151 Montana veterans interred this year. Now, around 250 survivors received pension. As temperatures drop, volunteers are needed for the City of Bozeman's Snow Angels program. And per the city's ordinance, all snow must be removed from sidewalks during the week within 4 business hours or by 9 a.m. the next day, with additional time given on weekends and holidays. But for some, that's a challenge. That's why the program matches community members age 62 or older or that have a physical disability and need assistance with snow removal with volunteers who help clear their sidewalks and driveways. Now, last year was the first winter the program was available, and members of the community said that it made a big difference.
Snow removal for people with disabilities around their homes and where they live is extremely important. People with disabilities can't park in those spots, can't access the buildings and services that those parking lots are serviced by, as well as the sidewalks when they're not properly cleared.
For more information on how to sign up to volunteer as a snow angel or how to request assistance, just visit our homepage on NBCMontana.com. And now we visit with Chief Meteorologist Brooke Foster. Brooke, we've been talking about all morning. The fog can be dangerous, but it is also cold outside.
Right, definitely a chilly start. Teens and 20s this morning around western Montana. Kiddos are going to definitely need a jacket out at the bus stop this morning. 640 live look. You can see some of that fog there on our Clearwater Credit Union weather camera. Visibility has been as low as a quarter of a mile now. For Kalispell bus stop forecast 25, 7 to 8 a.m. 46 in that 3 to 4 o'clock hour with high pressure and control. We're going to see a lot of sunshine, but it's not going to last long. Increasing clouds tonight as our next weather maker begins to move in tomorrow. Bus stop forecast for you in Missoula. Mid-20s, 7 a.m. 33, so right around the freezing mark by 11 o'clock today. This afternoon, getting close to 50. As we head into your Thursday, rain and snow. Snow levels could drop low enough that valleys change over to all snow by Friday morning. We'll talk about the impacts coming up in 10 minutes.
And coming up, see firsthand how a farm-to-plate operation works.